Hi, and welcome to another session on digital concept visuals. My name is Sanjay Vyas. Today we are discussing ASP.NET MVC architecture. This is not a coding session. We would not be building and deploying an MVC application, but this is more about the internal architecture and how MVC apps work. So let's say we have a server which contains an ASP.NET MVC application. A browser which needs to connect to it will have a URL. This URL will give us the domain name and rest of the URL, which is kind of a giveaway that this is an MVC application, as we'll see soon. The browser loads the URL and it's taken to the server, which is domain.com. The server is running a web server, maybe like IIS, which receives the incoming connection from that browser. So what happens next? The heart of any MVC application is a router. He's like a traffic policeman who redirects you to the correct lane where you're looking for that information. The router contains two things, the URL and the controller who understands that URL. So the web server looks up the router and loads the controller capable of handling that request. This part in the URL account, that may be the controller name you are trying to go to. There can be many controllers. So I could have a product, I could have customers, I could have orders. Basically, these are different controllers that we are directed to by a traffic policeman called the router. So what does the controller do? Controller takes a request and figures out what kind of action is to be applied. Are we trying to create something? Do we want to edit something? Are we looking for details of something? These are known as actions. There are a variety of actions, and we will not be going into those different types of actions, but it's sufficient to know that the controller will look up the action that you're trying to do, and that next part of URL, details, is probably the action you're taking. Once it has been determined what needs to be done, it calls an action method. An action method is a piece of code which actually executes your request, and it is past any parameters that you might have provided. For example, one. That may be the account number one. So we have domain.com where we are connected, account, the controller that we are directed to. Details is the action that we are trying to invoke. And we are passing a parameter saying, give me the details of one. But that's not all. Our data comes from different sources. It could be a database, it could be a JSON file, it could be something that is coming from the network. So the next thing is the data model. What exactly is data model? Well, it's an object which encapsulates the data that you want to manipulate. So the action method loads this data model, picks up the data that it needs to manipulate, and then generates a view of the result. A view object is basically what the browser is eventually going to see. So the data model, along with the view, generates the result, which is then passed back to the controller. and controller would then return it back to the browser. So we have three things here. M, which is the model, V, which is the view, and C, which is the controller. So when we take a look at these three things together, we very clearly see the MVC model in an ASP.NET application. It's easy. We just need to know the flow. So let's take a look at it again. The browser makes a request. Server decides which router and which controller. It loads the controller and passes the action to it. The action method is called with any parameters that we have passed, and then the generation of content starts. Data model provides us the data. View presents that data and returns it to the controller to give it back to the browser. And that was a quick overview session of ASP.NET MVC. I hope you liked this digital visual and it helped you understand how ASP.NET MVC works. Keep tuned for more such videos where we'll be discussing abstract and complex topics in programming, making them very simple using digital CVs. Thanks for watching.